Well, jeepers! You're listening to Smash or Pass.
Hey everyone, welcome to another video on the JayBee
Hello.
Milly channel. Today we are going to be reviewing The Ghost That Sacked the Quarterback.
Sack. So,
oh my gosh.
What?
I'm just like reading the title and it's so what we discussed about the last one where the plot's kind of a little bit given away in the title.
Oh my gosh, you know what, you're right, because, spoiler alert, for something like 50 years ago, the motive is that a coach got sacked. Sack.
It's right there.
The quarterback got sacked. So this is literally a back, sack and crack episode, no?
Oh my gosh, JayBee, just plot summary please.
So, there is a football game, and when I say football, I don't mean proper football, I mean...
JayBee!
Look, you do it. It isn't football, though. It's...
Okay. So, the gang at an American football game. And during the game, I think the team that they're behind win. At which point everybody's celebrating, and the quarterback goes missing. There's a billow of smoke, and they're gone. And they then see the football ghost. So this episode for me very much centres kind of around chase sequences and things like that as the gang try to establish what happened to the quarterback.
So tell me then, do you know if the Super Bowl is American football?
Yes, I think so.
So is Le'Veon Bell a American football player?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, if you know anything about Le'Veon Bell, Le'Veon, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know in the comments. But that aside, yeah, the title just full on gives it away, although I do want to say this for the title's defense, and the title of the last one, and it was probably mentioned in the comment section in the last video, but we're recording these back to back. I think about context, so 1970s, they're probably not going to have any DVD, in fact they're not going to have any DVDs. I don't know about video, and in terms of TV, I don't know if it would say The Ghost That Sacked the Quarterback or just the Scooby-Doo Show. So in all fairness, they probably didn't even name them until home media release way after the fact, right? And these episodes, the visual that we're using where they're running, that isn't in this series, it just goes into it. So I assume they just made this up on the fly.
And it's not exactly right. It's not the ghost that sacked the person. The ghost was the one that was sacked.
So maybe it's a red herring.
Maybe. Anyway, we're far too much sticking to the title. So, let's get into the episode. I really like the premise. I like how it's set up. It's really nice that it's not just a cold opening. It's a bit light-hearted. Football game, fun. It's a good setting. I think it's a good premise. And we see the villain. And I like them quite a lot.
I don't know. It's a decent premise, but I feel like we've got this exact same premise at least 2 other times. So one time in the new Scooby-Doo movies where there was like a red-haired ghost and they were running around looking all creepy and stuff. And then I think one more, admittedly I can't remember, but I'm sure there were at least 2 of us that were set in an American football field, and it was something to do with an athlete or a coach or something. So I guess they're gonna naturally like cross over at some point, but I'm not sure. And I'm a bit turned off by the fact that I don't know much about American football and all. It doesn't like require you to know, oh yeah, that's the quarterback, that's the running back, like whatever they have there.
You don't need to see it as... I don't think you have to know the rules. You can see it as, oh, they got the winning goal, they're celebrating, the guy's lifted in the air, whoa, he's gone.
So I could, so I guess it takes a little bit of that. It's just, I don't know if there was a more neutral game that they could have chosen or something.
How about soccer, JayBee?
No, what's a game that is played everywhere that has the same name?
Oh.
Tennis. The Ghost That Sacked the... I don't know. Oh, the baseball. We all play baseball. The Ghost That Sacked the Man with the Bat.
Really play baseball.
Cricket.
We play rounders and cricket.
Is cricket in America?
I think it's kind of more big in like England and Australia.
The Ghost That Stole the Cricket Bat.
Anyway, we are progressing. So like we say, there's also this mechanical, what's it called, mascot
Oh, he's like a little bird, isn't it?
I really like the
I
premise
love
of
it,
that.
you know,
Yeah, me
yeah.
too. I think it's very kind of ahead of its time.
Way ahead. It reminds me of how the MCU adapted Red Wing for the Falcon.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so like a drone, you know. It's like
I really
a
liked
modern
it
drone.
anyway. I thought it was really interesting. So, I feel like this episode is very chase sequency.
It's a bit repetitive. That's what I didn't like. Now, the one thing I did like was the design of the monster. What do you think about that?
I like the design. It's very much like a ghost of a football player, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it is what it says on the tin, and I kind of appreciate that.
It almost reminds me of a zombie, and I don't like it to get morbid when they're trying to do like family entertainment, but it did really hammer home that the point of it being a ghost isn't necessarily for it to be like a cackling demon or something, but it is quite literally someone that was living a life, that was doing something, that now has a motive supposedly in the afterlife.
A mark on history.
Yeah, to wreak havoc on something, and now that they're shown to be a little bit zombie-like, I thought that was amazing. You know, I think this is a bit of a slept-on villain, really, because
I'd completely agree.
there's a lot, like Gator Ghoul is popular, and you know, it returned in the Cyber Chase and stuff, and I like Gator Ghoul, but it's an alligator. It's a normal alligator.
Didn't you say you thought the outfit for this was in Monsters Unleashed?
I think it is, but I don't think it was ever tested for, like, it wasn't one of the deleted ones. It was just, there's a good Easter egg. But I guess it proves at least that either Bill Bowes or Raja Gosnell liked this episode a bit, so I like that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and something else I really like about this episode is that it's Shaggy that finds the clue. For me, notoriously, in Scooby history, when Shaggy finds the clue, I tend to like this the episode more. I can't think why. It's just I like seeing him as actually being them acknowledging he at least has half a brain. Like the episode with the suction cups and stuff like that.
I
when
was
he
just
finds
thinking,
them.
yeah.
That is for me one of the most prominent memories of that series.
Oh, and he figures out that it was Captain Cutler. Like, he does the seaweed to the portrait thing.
Yeah. So, something that I really like about this is that Shaggy finds a clue. It's a little thing, but also ticks a big box for me.
I like that. And, oh, you know what would have made this episode? If they just had a chase like a chase song. Because there were so many chase sequences. And I love the score, you know, the like all like the, you know, high energy, get pumped up. But if there was a song, and I think really the only thing that the new Scooby-Doo show is, like the Scooby-Doo show is lacking for me, I could forgive all of the repetitiveness if there was just that new song to hold on to. And so I'm almost thinking, maybe when we are looking back at what's new Scooby-Doo, it's a bit samey. Like, for all they do different locations, different styles, it's ultimately the same premise. You know, they rock up, ghost, unmask the ghost, happy ending. But all the time through that, it's, oh yeah, this chase song, that chase song. There's a hook at least. And I think if there was a hook in every one of these episodes, I think it would make the world of difference.
Yeah, I'd completely agree. Because, again, after Shaggy finding the clue, we then go into the next chase sequence, which kind of lasts until we get that double unmasking of, it's this person, wait, no, it's this person from history.
Yeah.
But one thing I do like is it's not just left there, because I feel like this is something that required a bit of context. I love how, even though they'd got that unmasking, they didn't conclude the episode there. You got the flashback of them using that mascot and how it kind of worked. Because, like I said, that mascot was something that I actually thought was really interesting about the episode.
So motivations. They unmask the guy and they think it's, what is it, the scoreboard?
Yes, the scoreboard guy. And then it's a double unmasking of the guy that got sacked before.
Yeah, the coach, I think.
Yeah.
The something Bender, he's a coach, and it is literally just revenge. Like, he got fired, he's not happy about it, and I think that was a good motive, right?
Yeah.
Like, it could have been set up a bit more, but then did it really need to? Probably not. I mean, maybe if it was, like, again, Mystery Incorporated, there'd be a bit more to that, but it was fine for this episode.
No, it was good. Well, that just kind of, it is what it is. That's where the episode ends. And JayBee, is it a smash or pass for you?
So this is the difficulty, and this is why, like I say, it doesn't really matter with these. Maybe we even need a new scoring system for this, like for these episodes, because I didn't hate it. It's about on the level, maybe a bit less of the last episode, but I don't see myself watching this one again. So it's like,
I disagree. I'd go back to this episode before the last one.
Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely. I like the premise of this one more. I like the villain more. I think it was more cohesive.
Better villain, yeah.
So yeah, for me, this one's a smash, and it's a higher smash than the last one.
I'm gonna give it a medium smash.
A medium smash.
Medium smash, because I don't feel too strongly about watching it again, but I wouldn't hate it if it was on. I mean, that's something I want to open up to the audience. If there's a better way that we could maybe score these classic episodes, I'd love to hear that, because I think there must be a way.
Well, you know kind of how last time we were discussing how we're taking this forwards? I almost want to do, you know, if we do kind of do what we're saying of starting with Velma and working our way back just to get that change of scene.
Yeah.
I almost want to do an episode after each series, but that's like a conclusion episode where we've like discussed the series as a whole and if it was a smash or pass. Because like you said, a lot of them do start to run together, things like that. You can tell me your
That's something
thoughts.
I'd like. I think that like the whole format would make a difference. Like, if after every single one of these, instead of smashing or passing per se, we put it in a Scooby-Doo Show season 1 tier list or a Scooby-Doo Show tier list.
So how about you work out how to do tier lists, and that's something we can look at implementing when we start the next series of reviews. We'll still do smash or passes, overall thoughts, because it's just a nice conclusion and ultimately what we're working towards, but we'll then look at tier listing them.
Would we need a JayBee and Milly tier list or an us tier list? Like, both of us collectively.
I think ultimately we'll do it as a collective because otherwise it makes it confusing. And I think part of the fun, especially with things like Velma, is going to be the arguments that ensue of like, I like this, well I didn't like this, do you know what I mean? And I think trying to find that middle ground is going to be where a lot of the, I'd say even entertainment for the audience lies, because I think when me and you have differing opinions on things is when it's most interesting. Because right now, I think like this series is very much, this happens, yeah, it's alright. Do you know what I mean? There's no back and forth, there's no, well I thought this, I'm right, you're wrong, blah blah blah. It's not as engaging maybe.
Yeah, it just is what it is, you know. Like, oh, okay.
Whereas I think we're going to come to things that we do have stronger opinions on.
Like the Velma one especially, I think the consensus for both of us is relatively the same at the end of it, but I think we're going to disagree on the placement of a lot of the episodes.
Okay, yeah, because like
your favourite was that one where they're like in the woods and it's like, this is the worst one, it's so boring. Like, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Well, I guess we'll get there.
We will get there.
And you probably like that shower scene too. You know what? We're gonna have to probably put like a PG warning on the Velma reviews.
JayBee, when you're speaking about anything with Daphne in it, there's a PG warning. Like,
well, not high school Daphne. I know there's a line, and the show didn't know that. No, because Daphne's in this episode, and I'm not.
Anyway, so that does it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching.
The Mario Smasher Pass. Oh, we're gonna do the Mario Smasher Pass. We will
do a Mario Smasher Pass as well. Thank you for requesting that video. Let us know if there's any
and the
other
Q&A
videos.
soon.
Yeah, submit any questions you have for the Q&A. That's coming up hopefully in about the next week or so. So yeah, please like, comment and subscribe.
JayBee and Milly.